What's up, Ultra Buddies? Reveals are back. A reveal recap for the week. We've got a few, it's like 7 cards, finishing up Tiga, except for the triple rare. Little stuff that we're probably waiting for, but we could be thrown for a loop. Who knows? And then a Tiga surprise Tiga triple rare. So stay tuned for that. So let's just jump into it. The big boy, Ultraman Fuma. What's this one do for us?
Yeah, so this is the next part of the Tri Squad level 3s. So Fuma, again, Team Tri Squad. You can level up any of the other Tri Squad characters. And this one is a on-play ability as a double or triple. And you may give one character with Tri Squad that is adjacent to this character or left or right of this character a BP grade increase for the turn. So you play this as a double. Your other double next to you is stronger. It's like a nice complement to Titus. Titus gives you plus 2000s on one of the sides. This one gives you grade up on one of the sides. So if you pair them up, you could have some really interesting 17, 18 lanes.
Yeah, some nice setups when you can't go for triples. I'm curious how Fuma will play out a little bit, just because it feels like this is a deck that loves to build triples, but sometimes you're just not going to be able to, right?
I think there will definitely be moments where this really takes over. I think because it's an on-play ability, you're probably playing this aiming for a turn 3, maybe turn 4, 5 kind of play, and then by then that's when you're in the territory of you're not really playing your quads or your triples, but you might have a 2-3 or 3-4 or something you can still benefit from.
True. Yeah, I think this one sets up a lot of really nice late game turns, like what you said, where that quad in lane 1 you probably have, fingers crossed, is probably going to keep you safe on turn 3, but that might let you set up a turn where you only play one level 2 by itself, or you play a 1-2 to kind of set up this Fuma to come in to boost the next turn. So that would give you a full 4 triples almost on turn 4, kind of. So I think that might be one of the setups that the deck is looking for, but we'll kind of have to wait and see a little bit to get the rest.
And taking inventory until we get that last level 3 Tiga, you have a good number of level 3s to work with. I think you have your Tiga triple R, which lets you draw, discard, kind of like a super muscle draw.
Yeah.
Then you have the uncommon Tiga that gets itself a BP grade up. So I forgot it's double BP, but as a double you can make it
12, 16, I think.
12, 16, yeah.
Yeah.
So you can play as a single, becomes 12 when you have 3 characters, and then if you have Fuma next to it, you have a single that's now 16.
Yeah, except it only works on double, so it kind of crosses the other Tiga you're thinking of.
Oh, it only on double.
Only works on double.
So never mind. So you could have a double. Yeah, then it doesn't really pair with this. But then you have Titus and Fuma at least.
Yeah, exactly. I think it'll be good. I think so. The reason we keep talking about the mythical Tiga triple rare that's coming is because Ginga and Victory both got triple rares and they got the level 4. So we kind of expect that the level 4s, just like last time, will be associated with triple rares, unless they really want to throw us for a loop. All right, so moving on, we have a few more Tiga cards. We've got the Scene EGIS Super Conference, and it's a round 1 scene. Activate once per turn, no cost, and give a Tiga, Titus, or Fuma plus 1000 BP, just like the old starter deck scene. Very unassuming, but a strong effect that can help you break ties or just get a tie. I mean, maybe underrated. One of the ways you could use this is to bump one of your the 17k Tiga to an 18k and just stall out a little bit longer. But it's not that intense. We really have to talk about it. So we'll move on to We Are One. It's the round 3 scene for Tiga, and this one is reminiscent of Decker. I activate, discard 1 card from your hand, and give all of your characters with Tri-Squad plus 1000 BP. And I kind of feel like this is where the main juice is for the deck, just being able to boost everything with all the cards you have in hand. What are your thoughts so far?
Yeah, I think so. I like the scene for 2 reasons. One is it's a round 3 scene, so it's always nice to have a scene you could clear, like a Scarred or Silver Eyes of Isaac, or just a scene you can just basically play later on. And Taiga's going to have a lot of cards in hand, so losing a card isn't the worst thing.
Mhm.
and yeah, plus 1,000 is pretty solid. Like it's like an Arcai sword, just great buff. Your Fumas become 14k doubles, or maybe with the Titus becomes an 18k triple. You can
Mm.
21k quads. If everyone's gonna have a 20k quad, you're gonna want
Yeah,
the
yeah.
biggest 20k.
You want to be the biggest quad on the battle. Definitely, definitely. Okay, let's move on. I think so. One thing I wanted to call out is, according to the card numbers, there seems to be one scene in between this one.
Mm-hmm.
Like this one is a 109, this one's a 111. So that theorizes that there will be another round two scene for Tiga,
Mm-hmm.
meaning there's two key cards that could make or break this deck even more.
Yep.
And then moving on, let's we got Tiga next. Let's skip over to our triple rare. Tiga Master, take it away.
Yeah. So I think a lot of interesting aspects of this deck or this card. So we'll take it piece by piece. It is a level 2 triple rare,
Mm-hmm.
speed type. Always handy to have those. And so this one is a single or double ability that isn't activate, unlike most of the other level 2s we typically see. Most of them are like
Mm-hmm.
on plays involved with drawing a card. Now, this one, as an activate, you can reveal the top 3 cards of your deck and return 1 Tiga to the top of the deck and then send the rest to discard. So once he's out on the field, you can pretty much pick your next hand for the next out of the next 3 cards, or if you have like
Yeah.
discard, you can like get some more mileage out of it. You can look at 3 cards, and if there's a Tiga you want, keep it. Otherwise, throw it away, and you have just that much more odds of getting the Tiga you want.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy that you can like almost set up your draws.
Yeah.
For the rest of the game, if you play this on turn one, you can
And
kind of draw almost exactly what you want. It's crazy.
it's kind of nice how you set this up. So like Tiga
Mhm.
decks for typically, or at least Tiga, yeah, actually, yeah, Tiga decks, you have the triple R power type that
Yeah,
usually wants a lane you want to BP down. So
yeah,
if you have like, if you're matched up against something like I don't know, Tiga, and they have a quad in lane 1, and you've realized
yeah,
that, you know what, they can have that. You leave this as a double the rest of the game, and you just keep like picking the best cards you can get, and then
yeah,
you focus on winning those later lanes that Tiga might have some trouble with.
yeah. And then when you really need it, turn it into a Zeparion beam, get it to the front, and get a win. So it's yeah, it's pretty crazy. I feel like that part of it is going to make it shine even more in like Tiga Blazar,
Yeah.
because you get to keep it around, and then when you need something out of it, boom, there it's going to come out. And I don't know, I feel like we're probably going to get a double rare Tiga level 3 out of this too. Like, I mean, there's a possibility, right?
Wait, I think if you go back, I think wait, sorry, we'll go forward. I think we already revealed
Yeah.
the level 3 Tiga for this set.
We do have the level 3, but it's only a single rare. Or
Yeah, I think this is following, I feel like, that the model we've seen Gaia and Dinah do the past few sets, where you have a triple R level 2, and then
okay,
a single or double R level 3, and then like a rare level 1.
yeah, I think because this one there's like 5 Tigas. I think there's other people, wonderful people
Yes.
on Twitter and Discord that do the math about what the set counts are. They think this one basically confirms the 7 Tiga cards.
Yes. Yep.
So I would expect another level 3, and I'm assuming it'd be a double. But speaking of this Tiga level 3, it's one of those new fancy 14k, 18k level 3s as a double or triple. But this one is if you have multi-type and sky type, give this character plus 2000 BP. So we're getting a hint at it's not mentorship, it's like the new generation kind of deal, the inheritance, like Diana Decker kind of deal. Multi-typing sky type also being pretty prevalent in glitter, or not glitter, but trigger.
It's kind of weird because even though Dinah and Decker like do share those, there's a lot of abilities, like if you have Miracle or Flash type, you didn't really see a ton of like Decker Dinah decks like running around together. Like there was some synergy, but not like maybe enough.
Yeah.
And I worry you'll probably see something where it's like, oh yeah, you could put Tiga Trigger together technically. Like they both have the same, type names, but like if you look at the available speed types so far, there's not a good amount to work with for this card. But the new triple R is a speed type, so that's already halfway there. And then A good multi-type. I have to double check the list, but like Zeparian Beam is not. It's multi-type, but it's not named as multi-type.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So that's going to be
I
a tough one.
I don't think, does Tiga have any multi types? Let's find out.
Good
I know
question.
that the only speed type or sky type
Mhm.
is the 14K.
Yeah. So
Okay,
like
there's a
Tiga
lot
has
of multi types. Oh, the starter deck one's a multi type.
oh, okay, the starter deck one is, but
Okay, that's not too
people
bad.
aren't really running 4 of the
No,
starter
and
deck.
this
So.
one's a multi type. This one has been popular, giving a plus 1,000 to basic. But
But
now that you've got this new triple rare, it's going to be hard to fit everything in. Yeah.
but you also want to, like, even if you kept it right, these type of cards, you want something that you can rely on. Like there will be a
Yeah.
multi-type in the course of the game, but am I going to really have 2 lanes that are 1-2 like
Yeah,
multi-type speed types? You want something you kind of end on.
Yeah, that's why I kind of feel like there's going to be a multi-type or a sky type level 3 at double rare. Like it's going to give it another oomph, which like, oh, that's scary. Tiga, let's see, Tiga already won the world championships, and it's going to get another boost.
But then
Oh,
would you
it's
really
scary.
get rid of Zeparian Beam for that, or
There's
like
no
the
way you
power
get
type?
repairing.
Like even
This
if it
power type,
had,
I think you could skimp on a little bit. You probably always want to keep one of the -1 because
yeah,
the -1 on play, because that's always nice to bring out and get some little sneakiness. It's going to be tough to fit all the Tiga cards in, like
Yeah,
even just the level 2s, right? Like you've got the adjacent swapper, you've got the plus 1,000 to basic, you've got scene searchers, you've got change draws, now you've got there's too many.
yeah.
It's too many.
It's really interesting. I mean, I noticed this in like BP2 or 3. I always thought it was funny that like Dyna was like typically using the type names in each of their cards, and then Tika was always using the attack names. So now that we have this card, like all those old Tigas kind of don't mesh with the new effects.
Interesting. All right. Well, I don't know. You pretty much covered it. It's this one we've covered this one already. It's huge consistency boost. It's gonna be crazy. It also puts a lot of into your drop for glitter Tiga consistency. I think that's important to call out. This one we'll just have to wait to see what multi-type and sky types we get. Right now, it's a little lacking. It's a little lacking. And then we have a new Tiga scene, Inheritance of Light. I gotta say the Tiga scenes are all bangers. I like the just art wise, name wise. They know what they're doing there. So this scene, why did you go for this one?
Yeah. So Inheritance of Light. This is a round 1 on play scene. So if you have Tiga, you may send the top 3 cards of your deck into the discard area, and if you do, give one of your Tigas plus 1,000. So we're seeing this theme of milling a couple cards and then giving boosts. I mean, we're seeing it across like Tiga, some upcoming cards, some past cards. There's a lot more milling going on than I feel like we've seen in the past. So it's kind of interesting to see what kind of comes out of it. Will we see more abilities, or is this like hinting towards Hikari? Everyone in Hikari.
Hikari. Yeah, everyone in Hikari. I mean, maybe hinting at a Mebius comeback. More graveyard is more for Mebius to play around with. And I will say, like, when you mentioned a lot of cards going to discard, I think it is an interesting way to increase consistency, and it's also very scary because we're slowly getting more cards that operate with the discard area, and the more you're able to dump in the discard area, the more consistent you're going to be able to like make your decks, if you can get things out. Or with like glitter Tiga, some of the Tiga variants have trouble building the discard, which makes their glitter Tigas a bit lackluster because it's hard to set them up. And now it's going to be a lot easier to set them up, easier to pull out the plays whatever you want from your discard, which is good. But I think like this might sound weird. One of the I think beautiful things of Ultraman is actually how a high variance it is, because it forces you to adapt quickly. Like in basically every game, you have to adapt to what does my hand have, what does my opponent hand look like they have, where are the gaps. And I think if we get too consistent, it can be like a little I don't know, it'll still be good, but I worry that the game will lose some of that charm that it has of really being kind of like flexible, or like you have to adapt a lot, as opposed to like, oh, this is my strategy, I'm just I'm going to play it, right? We do have some decks that are like, oh, I'm going to play my strategy and it's going to get there. But there are, it's still like doesn't always come together, right? When it starts always coming together, I think we have like a little bit of a interesting problem of like it's too samey.
And I think here's another take that I think will be nice going into the next card is actually, why don't we go to the next card?
Sure.
Tie some of this together. So we have Golza here, the first kaiju, Tiga fights. And this one on play, send the top 2 cards of your deck to your discard area. So I think one thing about this, like we'll talk about in a bit how this can tie into like 5 King and all these other like kaiju strategies in Golza, but like talking about like, oh, this helps more decks kind of work with Tiga or have Tiga let Tiga have more ways to get stuff set up for Glitter Tiga. If you wanted to have like a more fun, casual Tiga theme deck, you could throw in some Golzas, and now Golza is helping Tiga get the Glitter Tiga set up.
Right.
So it's nice to have like these effects that you could, like you could put a Tiga theme deck together and put Tiga kaijus, and they kind of help distill the core Tiga strategy.
That's really nice. I like that. But yeah, you said 5 King is like the easiest one. Like it's a level 5 Golza. You're gonna play it. You're gonna discard 2, getting some kaijus in. You're gonna swap it out with Mephiles, bring out the 5 King, some kind of things like that. So definitely 5 King is there. And I think one of my last thought on like discarding cards is that it has the maybe underrated benefit of seeing more cards in your deck. Like a lot of times when people see like, oh, I got to see more cards in my deck, it's because you use a change draw or you played another level 1 and you get to look through cards and get to pick what you want. But even just milling cards lets you see, oh, these cards are not in my deck anymore, so then I kind of know what's left. And that's like a small, it's a small thing. I don't pay attention to that much, but it does matter sometimes.
It is an interesting, it's like a double-edged sword, because sometimes I can see that, oh, my really good cards are in my discard. Now I'm screwed and I'm not going to get them in the rest of my deck. Or vice versa, like, oh, you know what? I haven't hit any of my Z level 3s or whatever.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, it's got to come soon. I'm doing like a level 1 draw and I should hit it.
Yeah, so it is a double-edged sword if you do mill the cards you're looking for, but it can be nice to like have a little bit more information to play with.
Yes, yeah. Good or bad, information is information.
Yeah. This card reminds me a lot of the Darklops. Maybe not as good as the Darklops. I'd prefer to get a draw 2, like a draw 2, discard 1, as over a. I guess it's discard 1, draw 2.
Yeah.
Over like just discarding the top 2 cards of my deck. But that also means that maybe we're going to get some new Golza. Maybe it's the Tiga Golza deck, like you said. It's what. Darklops, the new Darklops 0 worked with Belial to boost things up. I don't know what Golza is going to work with, but maybe it's Tiga.
I mean, we did see like kind of going back in more like the themes, right? So last set you had Gaia and COV or Super COV. So those are 2 kaijus that like are associate or character and kaiju associate with each other. And then we did get like a level 6 COV. I don't think we really used it too much in Mephiles decks, but it was an option. Like people could build decks around it with hazard stuff. I think for a Dyna we had what did we have? We had Recubus, and I'm trying to think if there was like a rare kaiju from that set, but I don't know. Something there was probably something. And then this is probably the one we're getting this set. There's gonna be like if Tiga is a feature of the set, we'll probably have like a rare double R, maybe as a stretch. Golza. It's a nice option to have in the Mephiles deck. Like you can just try out different flavors. Whether or not it like becomes a mainstream card, we'll have to see. But it's still nice to have options.
Absolutely. All right, that is it for all the cards today. The big winner this week was Tiga with a new triple rare. Definitely not on my list when the first set first got released. So maybe one last thought for you and maybe all the Ultraman knowers in the chat is the set is Converging Bonds. What Tiga's got to be in here. I mean, we assume everything's relatively on theme, so Tiga's got to have some sort of bond, partner, fusion, something. What is there anything that we're looking at here?
I mean, to me, it's as related as Attack of the Great Kaiju is with Gaia.
Okay, that's fair. Okay.
I mean, so I mean, Tiga as forms, like I mean, I guess like the spirit and will of children helping him become better Tiga, but I don't think it's like a. When I think of Bond in Ultraman, it's not a character we really see Bond as much. I think
I
compared
see.
to like there's definitely characters whose themes are much more around Bonds than I would say.
It's like Tiga and Tiger the Great.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let us know. I mean, most people answered already. What's our question of the week? Last time it was the last level 4. How about what do you think the Tiger level 3 is going to do? The Tiger triple rare that we assume is coming.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be a lot of cool effects. Another one, I'm like, when we get closer to set, I really want us to like figure out. I want to know what the serialized card is. Like, we haven't really talked too much about that. I can see that Surai's been keeping it really under wraps. Like, I don't remember when they announced it, but I do remember like they're like, hey, there's gonna be an Omega signed card 100 in the box. But this one, it sounds like they kept fairly secret.
Yeah. Okay. That's our question of the week. What is the serialized Ultraman card? The very first serialized Ultraman card. Who is it? What could it be? What's your votes? What's your take on it?
I hope it's part of that last level 4, so they can make a big splash about it and some really cool video at the end. That's my guess, but that's not a good guess because it basically means I don't know what it is. Maybe it's Mebius if that's the hope, but yeah.
I'm gonna go out there and say, because it's the Ultraman Day 60th anniversary set, it's gonna be Shin Ultraman.
Ooh.
They're gonna bust out something crazy. That's my take. All right, we'll see you next week for more reveals. Bye.